Hi, this is Lynn McCool. Today I'm going to be discussing the progress report, providing a status update on your project. There are three main components to a progress report: the introduction, the status update, and the conclusion. And each one of these three main parts have separate moves that happen inside of each part. In the introduction, the three moves are the purpose statement, a background section, and then the scope and sequence. Remember, the purpose statement is to review the reason for writing this report. In the background section, you would give a review of your problem and your proposed solution in a very brief summarized form. And then scope and sequence describes what the report will or will not cover. Let's look at some examples of each one of the different moves inside the introduction. So the purpose statement, again, is to articulate what you're trying to accomplish. Here's an example. This report documents the progress Extremolab has made on upgrading the modeling and analysis capability pursuant to its accepted Aerosoft 081415 proposal of March 31, 2015. Here's an example of a background section. In the background section, remember, you're going to describe the context for the project by referencing the accepted proposal, the acceptance date, and the problem statement, as well as the proposed solution. And I've color-coded those in this example, which is split across two slides. So here's the first part. The Quadfinkel figure skating jump is so demanding that the IOC has tasked Team Amazing under the Aerosoft contract AOC-081415 to accomplish advanced 3D modeling, simulation, and analysis of the Quadfinkel. Modeling the skating jump is a complex process due to the jump's chaotic nature and high-speed dynamics. To accomplish this analysis in the specified time frame, Team Amazing proposed to the Aerosoft Technical Review Committee that the Team Amazing Laboratories capabilities be upgraded and augmented with a local area network, or a LAN, and the new LAN will be composed of 2 Titanium Graphics, 4,000 visual workstations, and a host of other electronic devices. The proposal was accepted without change on August 14, 2015, with the total system upgrade to be completed on or before September 15, 2015. So you can see that in the background section here and on the other slide that they're referencing the accepted proposal, talking about the acceptance date of that. It restates the problem statement and also talks briefly about the proposed solution. The final move in the introduction has to do with the scope, and in the scope then you would describe the tasks that are going to be covered in the report, and you can go back to your work statement in your proposal and use that as a guideline. So this report, here's the example, this report provides the status of all tasks described in the accepted proposal statement of work, which includes the following. 1. Acquiring necessary equipment, transporting, unpacking, assembling, and placing in the work area, approximately 8 hours. 2. Setting up the operating systems and configuring the network connectivity, approximately 16 hours. And 3. Installing application software, verifying software, and running calibration and verification simulations, 16 hours. After the introduction, then, we would move into the actual body of the report itself, which is the status update. And the status update is made of 2 different sections. The first section is tasks completed, so what you've already accomplished, and then the second section in the status update is tasks remaining. So in tasks completed, you want to provide a description of the task, describe the things that have been accomplished, describe how long it took to accomplish them, and describe the difficulties, if any, that were encountered in that process. And of course, you would repeat this as many times as needed for however many tasks have already been completed. Then you would move on to tasks remaining, and in that section you would again provide a description of the task, then describe the things that still need to be accomplished, provide the timetable and strategy for completing that task, and then describe any risks and your approach to completing the task. So in other words, anything that might hinder you or slow you down in completing the task, this would be the space where you might mention that. Okay, so here are some examples. First, task completed. Remember, a task completed needs to be comprised of the description, accomplishments, time frame, and any difficulties. Okay, so here's an example. All necessary equipment, including 2 Titanium Graphics 4000 visual workstations, 1 Titanium Graphics 4000A modeling station, and 1 Super Switch 2000X was purchased on August 20th, 2015, within budget estimates and delivered, unpacked, and placed in Suite 104, Building 45 on August 22nd, 2015. The entire task required about 7 hours. No difficulties were encountered. And of course, you would repeat the same process, giving this kind of detail for each task that you might have already completed. Then you would move on to the tasks that are remaining. So here's another example. Task 3 was installing application software, verifying the software, and running calibration and verification simulations, which it's been tasked out at 16 hours. And so it's something that hasn't been done yet. So they say, we have just begun this task. We are well ahead of schedule on implementing the work statement, and we foresee no problems in completing this task and the entire project on time and within specified budget constraints. Now, obviously, if you did see some sort of risk that might potentially be, in the future, you would want to mention it here. But otherwise, if you don't see any risks or any problems in the foreseeable future, then you can just mention that there aren't any. Finally, you would move into the conclusion, and in the conclusion there are 4 moves. You provide a summary, which provides an appraisal of the current status, an evaluation, which provides an assessment of the progress made to date. You forecast your projected completion process and date, and then contact information again. So almost all of the different technical communication genres end with contact information, and this one is no different. So provide contact information. Okay, here's the sample conclusion. Again, look for the summary, the evaluation, the forecasting statement, and the contact information. The Airsoft technical staff is pleased with the progress made to date. We procured, transported, unpacked, assembled, and installed the equipment in its intended location in only 7 hours, thereby completing Task 1 ahead of schedule. We configured the operating systems and achieved full network connectivity in 15 hours, thereby completing Task 2 ahead of schedule. We are now in the process of installing, verifying, and calibrating the application software and expect to complete Task 3 within the scheduled 16 hours. Consequently, we at Team Amazing Airsoft Company assess the progress on this project as excellent and are confident that the entire project will be completed on time and within the proposed budget. For more information, contact Team Amazing at 555-555-5555, extension 123, or ta@airsoft.net. Okay, so that concludes the body, the introduction, the body, which is the status report, and the conclusion of the progress report. If you have any questions, please contact me. Also, you can also consult your textbook, as it has a number of different examples in there that you can look at, as well as a checklist as you're putting that report together. Talk to you next time. Thanks.